Welcome to the Funny Carpenter. We've got a pretty exciting tool test today. I finally got my hands on the Makita XPS drill bits. It's hard to get them in Canada. I had to ship them across the border. I tried contacting Makita directly to see if they could help out a small YouTuber. They told me to go pound sand. So I ordered them on Amazon, shipped them across the border, and here they are. Now there's been a lot of talk and a lot of hype on these bits, so we're gonna have a look today and see how these bits do up against the Dewalt MaxImpact and the Milwaukee Shockwave impact bits. Now these two bits here say they're up to 50 times the lifespan, whereas the Makita XPS is going out on a limb with up to 90 times longer. What does any of that mean? I don't think anyone really knows. 90 times longer perhaps than the cheapest drill bit ever made. So I've designed three pretty cool little tests that we're gonna run the bits through, and we'll see if the Makita XPS bits are who they say they are. So the first thing we're gonna do is test out the fit on these number 2 Phillips bits. So we got a drywall screw here. This is the Makita bit. Yeah, it's a beautiful fit. We'll test out the Dewalt bit here. Get that in focus. Yeah, it's not fitting quite as nice on the Dewalt bit. And then we got the Milwaukee bit here. Let's get that focused there. Milwaukee bit. Yeah, the Milwaukee bit fits maybe slightly better than the Dewalt. Let's check out the cabinet screws. This is just your typical cabinet handle screw that comes in all the packages. Yeah, these screws never fit that great, and it's a little wobbly on there. So that was the Makita. Tested out on the Dewalt. Yeah, seems like it's fitting actually slightly better on the Dewalt, the cabinet screw. And then we've got the Milwaukee. How's that fitting? Yes, it does fit the best on the Dewalt. The cabinet screws don't fit great on the Makita or the Milwaukee. And the last screw we'll check here is the Tapcon. These are just concrete screws that are Phillips heads as well. Yeah, so that's a great fit on the Makita. On the Dewalt, good. Yeah, really nice fit on the Dewalt. Yeah, about the same. Pretty similar there. And then the Milwaukee with the Tapcon screw. Yeah, the Tapcon screw fits nicely on all the bits. So for the fit test, I'd have to give the slight edge to the Dewalt bit. They all fit pretty much the same on the Tapcon and drywall screw, but the Dewalt did fit nicer on the cabinet screw, which are notoriously ill-fitting for all number 2 Phillips. So that was kind of a pleasant surprise for the Dewalt bit. Now we've got the endurance test. I've got over 900 1.25" drywall screws here that we're gonna put in with the bits. Now as I finish each pile, I'll rotate the bit into another drill so they all get equal turns in each of the drills, and then we'll see how the bits hold up. We'll speed this test up here, so enjoy. Wow, that was a freaking chore. That stopped being fun about 100 screws in, and I only had 800 more to go. So let's take a look at the bits. This is the Makita bit here. See if we can get a nice little close-up of that. Makita bit, it has a bit of wear, obviously. Let's have a look at the Milwaukee bit. Now the Milwaukee bit is slightly darker, so it might look worn, and it definitely seems like it is worn a little more than the Makita bit. And the Dewalt bit was the darkest of the bits, and it definitely appears to be worn more than the other bits. And just using the bits, I will say that it seemed like the Makita bit spun out slightly less than the other bits. I maybe only had one bad spin out with the Makita bit, and the Milwaukee and the Dewalt each had about 2 to 3 bad spin outs. And I would say another thing that I noticed drilling 900 screws, with the Makita bit, it's a light silvery kind of color. For whatever reason, I had an easier time putting the screws on this bit. I think it's because it's lighter silver. Could have something to do with the shaping. Let's check the fit quickly on this drywall screw here after the endurance test. So with the Dewalt, yeah, it's definitely looser than the brand new bit. It's worn out a bit. With the Milwaukee bit here, yeah, considerably worn out compared to a brand new one. Well, let's check the Makita here. Yeah, the Makita is still fitting pretty nice. So the Makita definitely wore out the least in the endurance test. All right, so the last test is the Camo Test. So after many trials and tribulations, we're gonna cam these bits out into this giant full 2x4 petrified cedar board. This is actually quite hard and it will cam the bits out. I've tried a number of different things to get these things to cam out. It hasn't been working. So let's give this a go. Let's start off with the Makita bit and see how far this thing will go in. Yikes. Ooh, that's ugly. That is ugly. Yeah, so that's pretty much just worn the screw right off, and there's metal everywhere, so that was ugly. We'll try the Dewalt bit. Yikes, that was ugly. Now we'll give the Milwaukee bit a try. All right, so after the Camo test, these bits have taken some damage. Let's have a look at them. We'll get them in close here. This is the Makita bit. You can see it's definitely got a lot of carnage along the edge here. If we take a look and see how this bit is still holding up with the drywall screw, it's actually pretty dang good considering the carnage. It didn't quite cam out as much as the other ones, but it still did cam out, and yeah, it's still fitting pretty good though. Like, that's still a usable bit. Let's have a look at the Milwaukee. The Milwaukee, see, is that focused? There we go. The Milwaukee has definitely seen better days. You can see kind of the edge is all bent here and there. Yeah, let's have a look at the drywall screw, see how that's fitting. Not great, it's very wobbly. So that's probably not a usable bit anymore. It's definitely seen some carnage. Did not stand up nearly as well as the Makita bit. Let's have a look at the Dewalt bit. Yeah, the Dewalt bit is foobar. That thing is messed. I don't know if it's picking that up, but yeah. It's just mangled. All the little fins are just bent right over in a bunch of spots. It took some carnage. Let's check out how the screw's fitting on there. Not good at all. That's not a usable bit. I mean, you could use it, but you wouldn't be happy. So yeah, the Dewalt bit is toast. So yeah, with the Camo test, you can see that 90 times life is pretty true when it comes to the Makita. Let's have a quick look at the overall kit. I was pretty skeptical about these bits. I didn't really want to believe the hype, but the steel that they are using in here is pretty amazing. The Phillips fit is pretty awesome. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with the bits. I mean, for $60 Canadian, that's a bit of a rip-off, but I was happy to try them out. And it is pretty nice to have a whole set all in one place, so I'll definitely get a lot of use out of it. And hey, if you were noticing this awesome little subcompact Makita impact driver that I was using during the testing, I put this thing up against the Dewalt impactor. Check out that review up here. And if you're one of those subscribing types, give this guy a punch in the head down here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video.